Everybody likes to pump fake, like they got their fucking life in order and everything cool. And this is a way for me to help people identify with people who knew that, or understood that, and they're willing to discuss the fact that they ain't had that shit together.
I've been focused on getting better. Affection ain't tangible, I'm just trying to come in arm's reach of it. Been crying out to God for my burdens, I know tomorrow, and I promise. I wanna know
I could say when I was 22, I was more like free-spirited and I didn't care. Like I was staying out. I'm still staying out like late, but I was like not even coming home.
Like, what was your journey into photography and how'd you begin all together with that?
And there used to be like a scene that I used to be part of. It was called lurking. It was like a lurk scene. And you'd just be like in basement parties and just like having fun, but shooting at the same time. And
so every time click out shot.
Yeah, it was our thing. That's where I started like picking up camera work. Like, let me go into these lurk scenes, and we was just lurking. We go for a party, it gets shut down. Go to the next party, shut down. We get home probably like 8 in the morning.
And that's in Brooklyn?
In Brooklyn, we was doing a lot. And you can see in Brownsville, we'd be in Bed-Stuy here and there. And then at a certain point, I got like kicked out of school.
Right.
Yeah, and then I went to Kingsborough. And then they had like a photography program. So I was just like, word, I'll probably just take like a class or two. And I took one class and I was just like, damn, this shit, I'm feeling this shit.
Right.
They like let you rent out cameras. So I rented a camera out. It was like a Canon, what was it? It was like T2i. So I borrowed that. And then the hurricane came by. And then all the data and like everything that they recorded that said like I borrowed a camera or whatever. Wow. It got deleted, so I got to keep the camera.
Oh,
I never returned it, so I still got it. That's my very first camera. Yeah, right. My very first camera. Picked up from there. Yeah.
So that was gonna segue into that. So can you give me like a full story behind like the event? So for people who are aspiring to figure out how you even got in this place, like, could you break down the process from even seeing the event to where you stand now? Okay,
cool. Yeah. So basically, it was an event. It was like a meet and greet for his trap lord clothing line. We got in there, he came in, I was recording, and then they had somebody that already had a camera, and I guess it was basically supposed to be his job to like film and just capture the whole thing, right? And then I get there, and I'm the one like just in front of him, and then I saw his manager was just like looking like, yo, who's this dude? Like, who's this dude chopping it up? And like, he's not like afraid to like be in front of Ferg, or not afraid to just like ask for his space. So I need to record here. I need to do this. So that's what I was doing basically. I was honestly acting natural as fuck. I was just being natural.
Right.
So boom, I did my thing. That same night, one of the people that work at Trap Lord, he came up to me. He emailed me and was like, "Yo, we saw your footage."
How did he get your email contact?
On my Instagram, I have it in my bio.
Okay.
So yeah, he hit me up through there. First he DM'd me, then he...
So they found your product through your Instagram?
Through my Instagram.
How did they get your Instagram?
I tag everybody. So from there, it just totally like 360, like...
And so how did the email conversation go?
The email was just like, yo, we saw how quickly you got everything done, and like, we have somebody here, and they didn't even get to do like what we seen you do. So it was like, yo, how about you come to the office on like a Thursday?
Of course we're coming to the office.
I tried to do it early. I was like, yo, how's tomorrow?
Right.
So, and then he would like call me up like, hey, this is where we're gonna be, meet up here. This is another pop-up we're gonna do right over here in like Mercer Street, come through. And then I just did what I had to do.
So gig by gig, it's
show up, yeah.
That's lit, that's lit. So at what point were you legitimized as their photographer, moving from like just come through to this gig? At what point was like, all right, cool, you are our new point person?
At first it was just me showing up, taking the shots, and like being there, to like me talking to him and having his number, like.
And really getting an understanding of his vision.
Yeah.
He's really creative, so I'm assuming that you get to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like him in the booth, him in like the studio was just like, he's on it.
Right. So yeah, ultimately, what is it like shooting for and assuming that you're around the rest of the mob? Like, how was it experience? How would you describe it?
It's breathtaking, man.
Yeah.
It's like the first time it ever hit me was when I was doing Yams Day, the first Yams Day.
Yeah, wow.
Bro, I met like every artist you could think about. chilling in the room with French Montana, and I was like,
Casually, just relaxing.
casual, like A$AP Rocky, like listening to stories from like Danny Brown. Like it was, yeah, like, and his voice is really like that.
Some OD stories.
Yeah, his voice is really like that naturally
Right.
too. Like it's crazy.
What would you say is the hardest part about shooting photography for a celebrity?
The hardest part I feel like is when the venue doesn't get the list right, or they don't believe you for some reason. Like they don't. You gotta
don't know you, bro.
Yeah, like you gotta show them every single kind of like credential you have.
Right.
And then even when you do, they still won't even let you in certain places. So that's kind of a thing that like bothers me a lot. And then sometimes like I may not even be on the list, and I have to like finesse my way. You know,
Right.
just capturing in general.
You enjoy the idea of capturing.
Capturing, yeah, being able to save a moment and give it to somebody else where they just can't reach that place, or they don't have the opportunity to go to that concert, or they don't have the opportunity to like visit that, you know, that person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Helping people that aren't present be present.
Mm-hmm.
I have my phone. I'm trying to develop an eye for scenarios that I'm in. Do you have any advice for people to develop that eye for photography?
what I'd say is start with like your camera. It don't matter what kind of camera you have.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you can shoot with like a disposable. iPhones is getting crazy nowadays.
Right.
Like I'm so close to buying an iPhone X and just putting my camera to the side sometimes. As far as the eye, like just make it your own. Like don't try to like copy. I remember like a long time ago, like back in like the 90s, like people's styles wasn't the same, you know what I mean?
Right.
People weren't like copying each other. Like you copy somebody and you get in like trouble for that.
Right.
Like
Looking at you crazy.
beefs, like
Right.
yeah, so at the end of the day, like really don't stick to like one thing. I wouldn't say like look at your viewfinder and that's like what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep snapping, snap all night. It's almost like music.
You don't know what song go ahead.
Yeah.
In terms of like income and stuff like that, how does that work for you with them? Is it project to project, or like, how does that?
Yeah, so it's been like project to project.
Okay.
Because I do go to school, so that kind of like prohibits me from like taking a week off or 2 weeks off or 3 weeks off. Money is not like a thing that should, you know, hold you back. Like if opportunity presents itself, you take it right there, you know.
What advice would you give to the old you in the sense of photography, or given the place that you are in now?
The old me, I would have probably started, you know, photography way earlier.
Right.
Videos definitely would have started way earlier.
Editing or just
Editing, recording, and like even like collabing with people. That's a big thing a lot of people don't do in New York. It's like collab, work together, like work with that person. It's all about just working together, collabing, and you know, getting your work out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that an issue in the photography realm? A lack of.
It's a huge issue.
Yeah.
It's a huge issue because I could be a photographer and you're a photographer at that same event.
And we competing.
Yeah, we competing. Like you won't even move over for me to get that shot, or
Right.
like you won't move. Like you will put your elbow in my space on purpose,
Right.
just for me to not get that shot. Like I've seen it happen with like friends. Like
And why do you think it's like that? Just because they don't understand the benefits of collaborating?
I don't even know if it's like the benefits. It's just they just want to be out there first. It's just New York is so hungry. Like it's really not. Like I've learned is one, finessing. Like I tell everybody, you just gotta finesse. Two is getting together with somebody that's doing the same thing as you and talking to them, and you know, you might go to a place where I need to be, and I get there and I can't get in, and you're there and you help me out. You know, I could be somewhere where you're stuck, and like I'm like, yo, I got a pass for you. You know, just little stuff like that. It helps.
Are there any other obstacles that you would like to highlight that you experienced for any other aspiring photographers?
Obstacles, I'm gonna say learn your camera, learn your tools, be creative. You don't gotta go and buy the most expensive lights. Like there's so many ways to like, you know, be different.
When you say be creative, do you mean like go and buy lights from Home Depot and like a line in the living room?
Yeah.
Try to shoot
Like
that?
you can literally like take some regular street lights that they sell at Home Depot, throw like a wax paper filter on it, some rubber bands,
Right.
easily light up, brighten up your whole studio. You got to make sure you secure that shot, you know, secure that photo, you know.
Secure the bag, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And by any means, you know. So hop a gate here or there, or like pay a security guard, you know, here or there, or like,
Right.
you know, just if you could get in there, get that shot, make sure you tag. See how it is.
Any advice on how people can learn about events, like discovering the events? I feel like it might be an issue in people finding out when stuff is happening.
That is true. That is a big aspect of it. It's really hard finding events. I'd say you do go end up at an event, or you do end up being at an event, network, talk to a whole bunch of people. At the end of the day, when I go to events, I see a lot of the same faces most of the time. I have this one person that his name is Brea. Usually just lists of events one time.
What is your style of edit? What programs do you use to edit? And do you have any advice for people to get these expensive programs?
I would say you don't gotta pay too much to get Lightroom. Is my number one go-to. Lightroom. I don't really like to do too much editing. A lot of this stuff I try to get correct on my camera. Lenses is where it's at. If you get a nice lens, get it like a nice 50, maybe a 1.4, or get a 35 millimeter 1.2, 1.4. It's expensive, yeah, but if you get it, it'll last a lifetime. Your photos will be on point. Like,
right.
By the time you even get to editing, especially in like what I do, concert photography or music photography, we don't do much like Photoshop. You just no need for it.
Any other tips of advice or things you have to point out for people that would like to be in your shoes ultimately?
Finesse. Finesse. That's how you gotta do it, man.
Okay, I think that's all I got, man.
Yo, it was a pleasure, man.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, no doubt.
Hopefully we can help these photographers.
Of course, man.
Maybe I'll get my eye eventually.
Finesse.
Facts, finesse.
Future for certain. Through success, I still been doubting I'm worth it. I'm scared to be open. I'm scared I won't make it. I'm scared that I actually will, but I'm still gonna feel vacant.